afternoon. My name is Manish Chabbar. Today we are going to discuss a very important issue on our YouTube channel on the issue of today's Supreme Court judgment in the case of ouster of CBI Director Alok Verma from his office. He was sent on long leave by the Narendra Modi government on the asking or on the recommendation of the Central Vigilance Commission in October last year in what was then called a midnight coup. Mr. Verma had challenged the government order. He had also challenged several other things. Some independent petitioners had also joined the petition, including Common Cause, which was founded by the late H.D. Shuri. And they had also sought a SIT probe against Mr. Alok Verma's number 2 controversial IPS officer, Rakesh Asthana, against whom there are several charges. The reason Alok Verma was sent on leave, the genesis of that was a complaint which had reached the Prime Minister's office against him, in which there were serious allegations against Mr. Alok Verma. The Prime Minister's office sent that complaint to the Central Vigilance Commission, which has the power of superintendence over the CBI. And after sitting on that complaint for almost 2 months, more than that actually, the CBC wrote to the DOPT, Department of Personnel and Training, recommending that Alok Verma be sent on leave and also his powers be withdrawn. And the same evening, the DOPT gave charge of interim directorship to another senior CBI officer, Mr. Nageshwar Rao. Mr. Nageshwar Rao is not the senior most CBI officer, but as we know, Alok Verma was sent on leave, as was his deputy Rakesh Asthana, against whom Mr. Alok Verma had initiated a complaint for receiving bribes. Today, in an important judgment, which many see as a big rebuke to the Narendra Modi government, a three-judge bench of the Supreme Court, headed by Chief Justice of India, has said that the orders passed sending Mr. Alok Verma on leave all were arbitrary, illegal, and they have been set aside. The court has also ordered a meeting of the high-level committee under Section 4A1 of the DPSC Act, Delhi Police Special Establishment Act, which regulates the functioning of the Central Bureau of Investigation. That meeting should be, of that committee should be held within the next 7 days. Take a call on how to deal with this matter, the matter concerning the allegations against Mr. Alok Verma. Finance Minister Vineet has also already come out and declared that the meeting will be held within the next 7 days. I'm going to take questions live on our YouTube channel, and I hope all of you will send in some questions on this very important issue, because apart from the issue of independence of the CBI, it has also become blown up into a big political issue. Because do remember, after this order sending him on leave came, the entire opposition had come out and said that it was part of Narendra government, Modi government's plan to subjugate independent agencies like the CBI. Preeti is asking, shouldn't Narendra Modi government resign after this slap by the Supreme Court? If government started to resign after such slaps by the Supreme Court, then we wouldn't have a government for more than 2 months at a straight. It is, I don't even know whether you can call it a slap. Yes, it's a big rebuke to the Narendra Modi government. But do remember that the Central Vigilance Commission, which has power of superintendence over this CBI, and which decides how the CBI functions, and is also responsible for maintaining its institutional integrity. It was the CVC which had recommended that he be sent on leave. the government is today also claimed that, which is something that was stand in Supreme Court also, that it was merely acting on the recommendations of the Central Vigilance Commission. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has said, clarified again today that the government acted on the asking of the CBC. So, meaning thereby that if somebody was at fault, it was the Central Vigilance Commission and not the Narendra Modi government. The government has disassociated itself, but yes, it's a to the image of the Modi government, and the Supreme Court has found little merit in the logic extended by the government on this count. Raman is asking, SC has asked Prime Minister to hold a meeting on next course of action. What will this committee do? It's a good question. The Supreme Court, in its order, it's a longish order penned by the Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, who incidentally was not present in court when the order was judgment was delivered because we had told that he is not well. In that order, the Supreme Court has said that the appointment of the CBI director is made under Section 4A1 of the DPSC Act, and hence, if any action had to be taken against the CBI director, whether sending him on leave or divesting him of his powers, had to be taken by this committee. Under the Lok Sabha Act, through which the DPSC Act was also amended, this committee which selects the CBI director is headed by the Prime Minister of this country, and it also comprises the Chief Justice of India and the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, who happens to be Congress leader Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge right now. So what the court has actually said is that in the next 7 days, this committee should meet and decide on its next course of action as to what to do in this matter. So when this committee meets, it will take a call. It can decide that Mr. Alok Verma, who retires early next month, on February 2, he can continue in his office till then, and after that, we have a new CBI director who incidentally will also be appointed by this very committee, high-level panel. Or the committee can, do what the CBC had recommended and what the government had implemented, is again send him on leave because if it thinks that the charges against him merit that he should be sent on leave. So we don't know, we can't second guess the functioning of this committee or what decision it will take. But yes, in the next 7 days, it will be very, very clear whether Mr. Alok Verma will remain in his post till his retirement early next month. Daman asks, why is opposition playing politics over this issue? Daman, the job of the opposition is to play politics over everything. This is what BJP did when it was in opposition. Do remember Kaul, 2G, Commonwealth Village, games scam, all these, even the current Prime Minister Modi, he did play a lot of politics over these issues. So, political, these issues, they are used by political parties to buttress their point that the government of that day is trying to, control agencies, independent agencies. So that is what the previous, when Mr. Modi and his party, they were in opposition, they were doing. And this is what, Rahul Gandhi and his Congress and other political parties are doing even now. So I don't think there is anything wrong in politics being played over this. It is a very, very sensitive issue. But what is certainly wrong, or what should worry all of us, is the manner in which the Central Vigilance Commission, it sort of, left the field open for politics to be played over this sensitive issue, because I am sure the CBC was well aware of that. It did not have the right to recommend that Alok Verma be sent on leave, but it did that. The government used that to send him on leave. And these questions, some heads should roll for this foolish decision, but I don't know whether that will happen. because the Supreme Court has said nothing about that. Neeti is asking, why wasn't Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi in court when judgment was delivered? Isn't that illegal? No, Neeti. The judgment was delivered by a bench of which the Chief Justice of India was a part. But under our jurisprudence, the Chief Justice of India is just one among equals. Incidentally, the judgment was authored by the Chief Justice of India himself, but there is no bar on that, which says there's no rule which says that the judge has to be personally present and he has to read out the judgment for it to be delivered. If he is not well and if they are fixed that the day of in time of the judgment delivery, the other members of the bench, they can do it as what happened today when we saw Justice S.K. Kaul deliver the judgment, which was incidentally written by the Chief Justice of India. So there's no infirmity, there's no unconstitutionality, there's no illegality in a brother judge delivering the judgment written by another judge. Rima asks, why stopping Alok Verma from taking policy decisions? Hasn't Supreme Court succumbed to government pressure? That is a very important question. What the Supreme Court has also in its judgment said that till there is a clarity on what happens to Mr. Alok Verma, because the high-level committee meets in the next 7 days, he won't be allowed to take any major policy decision. We don't know what those policy decisions are. Are transfers, do they come under the purview of the policy decisions? He can most certainly, what we know for sure is that he can, continue with the CBI under him can continue with the existing cases. And do remember, the manner in which the CBI functions. The director is, is one of the supervisory officers. He is at the top, is the top supervising officer in every case, but there are several other officers junior to him who are in that chain of command. So it is not as if, without him or without him having this power of taking policy decision, the CBI functioning will come to a standstill. It won't. Everything will proceed as normal. He is only being restrained from taking any major policy decision. And do remember that he retires early next month, so there won't be enough time left for him to take any major policy decision. And by major policy decisions, I think we can't expect him to reshuffle his team to a large extent and all these things. But we don't know whether it will stop him from doing that. But that is for the Supreme Court of India to decide whether it wants to do that. We have another question, this one by Rahul. So what has the Supreme Court said on the suspension of CBI director? The Supreme Court has not said anything about his suspension, and because he was not suspended in the first place, all that the Supreme Court has said is that it does not agree with the judgment, with the orders passed by the government on the recommendation of the Central Vigilance Commission. Those orders have been declared to be illegal, they have been set aside, and a process has been put in place by which the high-level committee will take a call on what next to do with Mr. Alok Verma. We'll have to see, we'll get to see in the next 7 days what happens there. Veena is asking, what has the court ordered on the plea for SIT to probe charges against CBI number 2, Rakesh Asthana? The court has not said anything because it's, do remember that there was a plea filed by Common Cause, an NGO, through several lawyers, which said that there should be an independent probe against Mr. Rakesh Asthana over corruption charges. The court has said that this plea was an outcome of what happened in the case of Mr. Alok Verma, and it has found nothing, no reason to interfere in or pass any order on this. It has, however, given liberty to common cause to file a fresh petition or a complaint with the government or even the CBI if it wants an independent probe by the CBI or some other agency against Mr. Rakesh Asthana. But the Supreme Court has kept itself away from this issue so far. Rajat is asking, was CBI chief removed because he wanted to probe Modi government's Rafale scam? That is what the opposition has been saying. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has also said that the day he was removed because he was asking for important files related to the Rafale scam. But that is all conjecture. We don't know that whether if he was removed because of this reason. But yes, there are allegations by the opposition that he was removed because he was trying to probe complaints into the allegations against the Modi government on the Rafale deal. Do remember some activists, they had approached him with a written complaint on this issue, and these people they include two former BJP leaders Yashwant Sinha and Arun Shori, and they had gone there and along with the activist lawyer Sham Bhushan, and they had complained to the CBI seeking a probe into the Rafale scam. But so far, the CBI has not officially confirmed or denied the allegations or the reports which suggest that the CBI wanted to take up any kind of investigation into the Rafale scam. So we have several questions coming up, but unfortunately, due to paucity of time, I won't be able to answer those questions. I hope this was an informative Q&A session that we had. Do follow us on our Twitter and our social media handles, including YouTube, and we'll certainly come up with some more ideas to discuss